South Wales is really, really copping it.
Terrible.
The brain. Okay, we're just going to admit my gorgeous friend Annette French. We're not starting without Annette.
Hello, where have I gone?
And we're
I've disappeared.
French.
fabulous. And we are now live. So welcome everyone to our Creating a Bright Future. We are so excited to be here with you tonight. And tonight we have a special guest speaker, Mum.
We have a wonderful guest speaker, and that is the bubbly, entertaining, out there, beautiful Marina Baxter from WA. Are you in Perth, Marina?
Yes, I actually live in the city of Perth, just north, close to Scarborough Beach.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah,
just gorgeous place to live as well.
Yeah.
We're just going to give everyone an extra minute or two. And Lee Aarons is in the waiting room. We've got to let Lee in. And
I can see Peggy.
Annette's coming now too.
Okay.
Yes.
I can see Tracy.
Beautiful.
And Billy.
Billy's in there.
Amazing.
Billy.
And Sharon.
Yes. Sharon is in my
team. Is that right?
Billy is an executive sales manager as of the 1st of July.
Congratulations.
Sponsored by the talented and creative Adam Buchner.
Oh, him?
Yeah. that one, Marina. That one you know him.
That
Lots of times. All right.
Amazing. And Creating a Bright Future is all about hearing the best in the business, sharing their success story, you know, what they've done to be able to make this incredible business of ours something that really works for them. And we're so excited to have Marina from WA being our speaker tonight. So this is available to all consultants across Australia and New Zealand. And a big thank you again to Diana for being the brain power behind this incredible session that we run each month. So thank you for joining us on a Tuesday. It will usually be on a Thursday, but we're being a little bit flexible at the moment with schedules as well. So thanks everyone for coming on tonight.
I like to make sure that the talented Adam is here to do all of the computer work for us so that everything goes smoothly. So Adam is heading off tomorrow to do some makeup masterclasses for his managers in Melbourne. So that will be great. So have we got anyone else that we need to let in? Is Patricia Carter in? I love Pat. She's lovely. And I just wanted to say as well, so many of you I got to see at conference, and that was so exciting. It was just amazing. The energy in the room was amazing. The new consultants felt totally spoiled. Marina, they just got presents and more presents and more presents. And they
saw Tonya.
Believe it. I don't think we needed to do anything except give them presents.
Yeah, Tonya and Tracy, I think, came from my team from Queensland, and Annette looked after them, which was really lovely.
She's lovely. That's great. So I have asked Marina to share her story with you, to share a little bit about Marina and what she loves about Nutrimetics, what a bright future for Marina, so many incredible achievements that she has. I've seen Marina overseas getting her cars, all sorts of wonderful achievements over many years. And Marina just always looks the part. She just is so beautiful, beautifully dressed. Just a love of Nutrimetics shines through. But I did ask Marina, what do you love about Nutrimetics? So Marina shared with me she loves the flexibility, creativity, being her own boss. She loves empowering women, and I know that is something that she's very passionate about. Training out skincare and makeup, she's excellent at the basics in beauty, but excellent at the basics in beauty and excellent at the basics in business. So a mixture of both. Loves earning me money, I think Marina and I have a little bit in common. We do like to buy the odd extra item of clothing for our wardrobe and perhaps have some facials or those extra things that we need to look this good, Marina.
All right.
The absolute hot button for Marina, as I know it is for many of my team members, is the travel. The places that Marina's been able to travel, courtesy of Nutrimetics, 5-star, with her such gorgeous husband. He's so supportive of you, Marina. He's a delight to chat to at any airport in the world where I've struck up conversations with him. He's just so easy to talk to. Her goals for 2022, and I love these goals, Marina, is to see your executive sales managership reach 35,000 BV every month. What a great goal. And I love each of you to work out how much you get paid on that. And if those figures aren't your forte, ask your presidential director or your sales director to work that out. I can work that out in a few minutes for you. And sell $4,000 personally. In other words, to maximize the business opportunity plan and to make some really good income from Nutrimetics while working at a pace that suits her family and her lifestyle after so many years in this business. So, Marina, I would love some more Marinas in Nutrimetics. Over to you. Share with us why Nutrimetics for you, what you love, and how you're going to create a bright future.
Well, I've been very blessed, actually, to be introduced into this wonderful world of Nutrimetics. I have never heard of party plan or anything like that when I first got introduced. And actually, it all started with the beautiful Julie Hargraves. Actually, no, it was her husband, Murray. I had recently divorced and started a sales career with Toyota salesperson, which was so strange. I've never done anything like that. I just knew how to drive cars because I loved stock car racing and I was a bit of a redhead. So I've always loved cars, but didn't really know how to get together. So this chap came into the sales room and he was Julie's husband and he was looking for a Toyota Prado and he wanted a specific color and a specific equipment and I found him the one. And that's really how my journey started with Nutrimetics. And I went out of my way to get in the car. And I remember we met in October and he said that his wife is pregnant and I didn't know, but at that time I was pregnant too, but I didn't know. So I was 41 and I was pregnant at the time, but I didn't know I was pregnant. So anyway, so he picked up his car and Julie came, so sweet. She got me a beautiful flower and I wished her all the best with the bub and everything. And then a couple of months later, I actually sent them, all my customers, a note saying, well, guess what? There's a new Toyota model coming out of Marina because I'm preggies. So everybody started, you know, saying, oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, really? I said, yeah. So, and what happened was beautiful Julie said to me, you know, I'm having my baby in December. And I said, oh, I'm having mine in February. And yeah, but unfortunately, he came very, very early. He came at 25 weeks. So he's only 800 grams. And he came very, very early. And I was a single mom and it was a total oopsie. So a lot of people who know me for a long time know that I always talk about my oopsie because my oopsie, beautiful Jordan, is the reason I'm here today. So, and that's really the start of my Nutrimetics journey because that's how I met beautiful Murray and Julie, and they actually were the ones who are responsible for me being here because beautiful Julie gave me a facial. Never underestimate the power of a facial. It's amazing. And I was single mum on a pension by the time that I met up with her again. There's about probably 7-8 months later when I caught up with her. So my background, I just want to give you a little bit of background for those of you who don't know me very well. So in my past life, I was a hairdresser and a makeup artist. And when I was very young, I did a bit of modeling as well. Advertising and marketing's always been my thing. So I liked always something with creative. It has to be creative. And I'm sure that Adam can totally relate to that. One of the wonderful things for Nutrimetics, it allows you to be as creative as you want to be. And even now at 64, I'm still thinking I love being creative. And this vehicle gives me the opportunity to be creative, inspire women, get like free skincare or rock bottom price. That's one of the things that I really liked. And when Julie joined me up, I did not join for the business. I just joined because the deal was $199. I could pay it off in 3 months. And with my pension money, yeah, I could do that. But now, girls, it's so easy. $20 you're in. Bang, just like that. Anyway, so I just wanted to tell you a little bit about my background because I had already 2 teenage boys who were obviously not that pleased that their mother had another one. So anyway, they were my great support at the time, and especially my oldest son, Nick, who is now a dad of 3 little boys as well. So he's copied me. He's also got 3 boys. I really want to have a granddaughter. So anyway, so my beautiful Julie just said to me, you know, if you want any help, I'm helping you. And at the time, when I first started, I said, oh, can I have one of those freebie parties? And she said, yes, you can, but I can't do nighttime. At that time, she wasn't doing nighttime, but Janice did. So Janice did my opening party. And I had no idea what parties meant. And also I had a terrible stutter. Even though I could speak with people one-on-one, I could not speak in public. It literally took me 3 years before I actually went on stage and really talked about anything. Because I just like, so obviously you can see that I've lost that now. So the journey started nice and slow. I made sure I got some freebies. And I remember my first party was really great. I had given everybody like an invitation and saying what's going to be happening. And this is how my upline instructed me. And being from German background, I listened to instructions and I listened to the experts because I feel like if you're not the expert, shut up until you are become an expert and listen to the ones who are expert and have proven themselves. That's always been my motto. What you don't know, you get an expert to teach you how to do it. So Julie and Janice took me under their wing and I went to the great training of Karen and Georgette and Peggy. They all did some great training in Big Park. So that was those days. We're talking like 22 years ago. Okay, so it's a long, long time ago. So my first party, I always remember it. And I'm also a numbers girl. So who likes numbers? I like numbers. I can really work them out quickly. And my first party was just over $870 in sales, which meant there was 10 ladies there. And I thought, right, $199 money back. Everything else now is bonus. So I've really felt that for me personally, for my personality type, I've got a weird personality type actually. I'm like the way out adventurer and the number cruncher. So the brownie and the ready. So it's a very strange combination that normally doesn't happen. Normally the crazy ones don't really care about the money and the money ones don't really care about being crazy. But I've got one of those opposite. That's just how I'm made and that's how I've stayed. And then you can't change, you are who you are. So from that, my son, as I said, was born very, very premature. He was just not even 1 year old, continuous, how can I say, I had to go to doctor appointments and everything like that. So when he was 3 years old, so I'm not sure if you can see that. I hope you can see that because I'm not as smart. So that's when he was just born. It's just like that. This is when I became a group leader. That was so exciting. That's when he just actually looked like a normal kid. then he was 7, 9, 12, and now he's 22. And at 3 years old, I had been doing Nutrimetics for just under 2 years. And I had been an executive sales leader, which meant I can turn about $10,000. And it was just literally, I was doing 6 parties a month. And the rest I just did a few facials and that at home. And I worked like on a basic formula. How can I actually share with other people what I've experienced? So my upline gave me one party, that was it. There's no other, you know, because they're all busy as well. So that just gave me one party, said go to the training. We had no online. You had to go to the center to place your orders, no online. Can you believe it? Anyway, so one of the things I did is, what do I want to earn? So I really just wanted to earn $200 a month because I was single mom on a pension. So I just wanted to earn $200 a month. So being a numbers girl as well, I thought if I have $200 a month, I can take my boys out, I can take them to Mecca's, I can have a little bit of a lifestyle, and have a cleaning lady once a month. I wanted a cleaning lady once a month, very important. At that stage, it was $50 for 3 hours. It's not that anymore, but anyway, it was then. So that was really important. And I was actually achieving that quite easily. So I made up a little roadmap for anybody who joined me. And I just said, you know, if you become a member, you know, just tell me what you want, 50 a week, 50 a day, or 50 an hour. So you are really always the person who decides what you want. Because you can have a big dream, but if you don't have steps to get to your big dream, then you're never going to get there, because you need to celebrate every step of the way. And that's where my party side comes out. Every step of the way, and if you achieve something, you have to do the chicken dance. Na 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 that. You know that one. Anyway, so, and that's really like, I'm very much a picture girl, if that makes sense. So then my son was 3 years old. I was an executive sales leader for nearly 2 years, and I could manage that. But my car was playing up. My car was just continuously breaking down, and everything was shaking on it. And I thought, oh, one of these days I'm not going to be able to get home. So I said to Julie, what do I have to do to actually become a manager? She said, well, in those days, it was 4 months continuously turning off $14,000. So I need exact figures. I don't like to be blasé. If I really want to know, what do I have to do to achieve that? And she said, then after that, $14,000 a month will get you a free car. And I go, a free car? Wow, okay. And she goes, plus you get paid on your whole team 7%. And I go, oh, that's good. What's that mean? She goes, about $1,000. Now, I worked out in those days, I was a mum on a single pension. I was still on a single pension, and you could do that. You can still do that now. I could drive the car and earn an extra $1,000, and doing it correctly with all bookkeeping and that, I could earn an extra $1,000. I didn't have to report it to Centrelink, and that's absolutely correct. Because by the time you write off your expenses, your lot, your phone, and everything like that, I could easily have an extra $1,000 a month and drive a company car, and I still feel safe, because I was still getting some support from the government as well as a single mom, you know. But then I thought, no, bugger this, I really want it all now. And I said, so my pushing point, you know, everybody needs a pushing point. And when I say my pushing point was, I needed to earn extra money. I needed to get a new car. But I needed flexibility, because my little boy had just been diagnosed at 3 years with autism, non-verbal autism. He was very delayed in everything anyway. And having had 2 teenage sons, or 2 children before, I knew there was something else. So I found out what all the lessons for him, speech lessons cost, and they were like $75 an hour, and the government at that stage would only give you 1 a week. And to make a difference to your son, you really needed to really do 10 hours, but didn't have the money for that. So for honestly, the next 2 years, every cent I earned from Nutrimetics went into speech lessons for my son, but I got a free car and I got a trip to Japan. Woohoo! So that was my very first trip to Japan. And now that is my hot button, girls. So this is just some. I've been on 18 international seminars, you know, in the last, I've been a manager for 18 years and I've been on 18 seminars, you know, sometimes twice a year. And I love empowering women. So I remember this one was in Buenos Aires with my first manager. And then we were in Thailand and giving people the opportunity to have a car. And this is some snow, Hawaii. And what's that? That was in, can't remember. Oh, this was in Fiji, I think. This was in Fiji. We were just dancing like in the. So I've got all of this on PowerPoint, but I'm not quite sure if I can do it properly. So I thought I'd better just print it out to be on the safe side. So yeah, so for 9 years, I actually, 8 years, I actually did the business on my own as a single mom. But after I was a manager for a couple of years, you know, I didn't get any more support because I was earning too much money. But that's okay. That's okay. So just to give you an idea, I thought I'd write it down because otherwise I forget. So empowering other women who were in a similar situation. So I'm the single mom's helper. I always love women who went Strive and wanted to help them to, and they might come for a season, they might come for a few months, they might come for a long time. It doesn't matter. Sometimes you can be just that opportunity to give a building block to one woman who just says, I don't have self-confidence. I can't do public speaking. I don't know how to put my makeup on. I don't know how I'm going to be presenting myself at the interview. Can you help me, Marina? Can you help me to make my skin look better? Put the makeup on. Can you give me a few tips? You know, so there's a lot of things in Nutrimetics. It's a whole development program. So I remember when I got my first car, guys, and it was a Kia Rio. And I just thought it was a Mercedes-Benz because I just turned it on and it just went. And I always remember the day when I picked it up. We still had a training in Vic Park. And I went with my old Toyota station wagon there. And literally the wheels were like that because it all really needed realigning. And the steering wheel was locking up. It wasn't working anymore. And the, what's that called? Some shifting thing was also, it was literally like Herbie, you know, like when Herbie's been racing everywhere. Like it just got to the center, picked up the new car and it just went like, made it. So, and then I had a brand spanking new car. You know, that smell of a new car is just, you just can't pay for it. It doesn't matter how good your secondhand car is. What about if you have a brand new car and you go in there and you just feel like, wow, I can rely on this car. It's not going to catch fire. It's not going to just stop working in the middle of the road, you know? So that was the first car and I absolutely loved that. And then 3 years later, I had elevated to the next level of management. So you can go ESM 1, which is you turn over 15,000 every month. And then you got ESM 2, which you turn over 19,000. And ESM 3 is 23,000. So when you were the next level, I actually just skipped a level and went to the next level. And I got a Ford Escape 4-wheel drive. And my boys by that time were in the late teens and I thought mum was pretty special. So I put them all in the car. We did wheelies in the car yard. It was so much fun. And I took them fishing. I went up north with them because, you know, the great thing is with the Nutrimetics car, you can take it anywhere. Nobody tells you where you can take it or not. Just bring it back in good condition. But nobody says, like some people have got a company car, you can only drive it for company business. I pick up my son's soccer training, football training, rugby training, you name it, I've done it all in the Nutricar. And it was paid licensing, registration, and all I had to do is just pay for the service and put petrol in. How good is that? Then after that, we had, that's in my 7th year, I think we had a change, like we've just had a change in Nutrimetics. We have a new company owner, so I'm quite excited to see what's going to happen with our new company. But at that time, somebody else took over the company, and I didn't know there was any different, because when you're at a lower level, you don't really, think about anything else. You just get on with it because you just focus on yourself, aren't you? You just want to make sure that you are looked after. But when you go to the next level, which is the sales director level, you then look a little bit more into the who's the head of the company. And we had Tupperware coming along and bought Nutrimetics. So, and they had like when we have incentives in Nutrimetics, you have to go for everyone. And it starts with $110 free gift. Go for that one. Then it goes for the bonus gift. Go for that one. And so on and so on. I'm not a jewelry person. It doesn't turn me on. But a lot of people, it does. But I got just show you. I got a $3,500 diamond ring just for following a program of 18 months. We happened to have a trip to Broome and a Peugeot convertible at the time. Oh my God. And what else was there? Let me just see. Peugeot convertible. Oh, you could do it again. So you had a ring, a trip to Broome, and a Peugeot convertible at the end. And I think that one ran twice. So I drove that Peugeot, and guess what I did? I had to write it down because otherwise I'll forget. I did, when the Peugeot convertible came, and it was the car to keep, the car payments, which were $1,100 a month, I bought a big house in Perth. For my little house in Canning Vale for $300,000, I went for a house in Inaloo for $650,000 because I had an extra $1,100 every month. Hello, that's how you do it, girls. Be smart cookies. I still like the nice things. Don't you worry about that. Because after 4 years of doing the extra payments, I thought, now I'm just going to sell the car. So I could sell that car. I still got $18,000 cash, put that also again on the mortgage, and then decided I'm going to lease the car. And I thought, oh, what do I fancy? So imagine you have that money, you can just choose what you want. I fancied one of those Toyota 86 sports cars, and if anybody sells cars here, let me give you a tip. No matter what age, woman or man comes into your sales area, you never say to them, are you going to have trouble getting in and out of that? Because that's what the salesperson said to me. And I walked out of that showroom and went somewhere else because I thought, how rude. Won't you have trouble with getting in and out of that car? And I go, no. Anyway, I got a Toyota 86 bright orange, and now you can actually take cash for car in Nutrimetics. So you don't have to take the car, but I can honestly say I would probably recommend for your first car and second car, I would really say go for the package because, insurance and licensing and that is quite expensive. And, with the petrol going up and that, if you only have to put petrol in, I really would say if it's your first car, definitely I would say, unless you're already driving Mercedes-Benz, doesn't matter. So then, of course, after that, and after many trips, we had a special incentive for Nutrimetics if you were going to a sales director. And a sales director means you have to have at least 3 ladies in your team who are also managers. So 3 times 14 at that time was the requirement, and myself 14 made 56. Do it 4 months in a row, and then you become a sales director. And because depending which level you get, I was able to choose a BMW. Imagine, single mom with 3 kids I was, but by that time I wasn't anymore. And the beautiful man that I met, I actually said, if you don't like what I'm doing, we're not going to be good for each other, because I'm not going to give up my independence. And he said, I've never met anybody like you who's like that self-sufficient. And I said, together we can build a huge dream. We have 6 kids between us, and we can build a big dream and a home for all the kids to come to. But you've got to allow me to be me, and I allow you to be you. And yeah, it's 15 years later, and we're happily married, and we've got now 6 grandchildren as well. So we've got 6 kids and 6 grandchildren. No girls. Anyway, so my real hot button is definitely traveling. If you put the carrot in front of me, I'll do whatever it takes. I remember when I had the trip going to Las Vegas, which was great. And then they had, you know how we've got Top Gun at the moment? They had a Top Gun trip to Acapulco. And I always remember when they launched that, I screamed so loud, I shook all over. I was going, oh my God, I want to go there, I want to go there. What do I have to do? Tell me what to do. And I got there, and it was just the most amazing trip. And so many years later, now we've got Top Gun again here, haven't we? Have everybody seen that? Because it's a great movie. And so my current car, I've chosen a Toyota CHR, and I'm actually in the car run again at the moment, but I'm probably going to keep my car, and I'll tell you why. It's beautiful leather. It looks bright yellow on black, just how I like it, like a big bumblebee, going a bit here and going a bit there, and get a bit nectar, and a little bit here and a little bit there, you know. And it has heating in the seat and lumbar support, and I need that because when I used to be a lot of dancing, so my lower lumbar is not in such a good state, so that nice warmed seat, leather seat, just fits the back. And so yeah, the company can just give me the extra cash for retirement fund. So, and it's so flexible with Nutrimetics. That's what is one of the best things about being with the company. You can actually share whatever. And I thought to myself, when the Rona hit, you know, the COVID Corona hit, and I thought, oh, that's it. I'm not good online. I don't know what to do. I don't do parties online. I have no idea what I'm going to do with that. And I said to all my customers, I said, I will still service you, but I'm not sure what we're going to do with all this happening in our life. And I'm sure you all have experienced it to some degree. But the company was great because the companies gave us a lot of training. All the young guns came and showed us all these how to go online. And I remember one of my girls, Natalie, she said, oh, Marina, just get over yourself. You don't have to always look perfect. It's not important to always be perfect. Be you and make yourself perfect while other people watching you, and you get paid for it. And I go, that is a very good idea. But I was very scared at first. I just did it only in a small surroundings, as in like a small intimate little Facebook event. And no, I don't care anymore. I really don't care, because it doesn't matter. You know, we just have to get over ourselves. Put yourself on the shelf. You have to get over yourself. That's what I say. So fortunately, you know, with the coronavirus having calmed down a little bit, I know it's still lurking, but we can open up again. And you know, Perth was in lockdown, you know, but people were very hesitant, and they still are hesitant, and I understand that. But let me share with you that my business has actually gone the same. It hasn't gone down. I used to do 8 parties and Thursday night training. Okay, so then I'm being totally honest with you girls. These are the things that I do. Okay, so I used to do this, and I'll show you, but I had to adjust to that. Some of you know my power of 3. I don't know, you probably can't see that. Can you see that?
Yes, we can. Yeah, we can see that.
Yeah. Okay. With the power of 3 was, you know, when you hosted 3 parties and you sponsor 3, you teach them to do the 3 as well. Then in your first month, you become a group leader. That's literally how easy it was. Okay. And then in your second month, okay, if you do the same thing again, I don't know if you can see that. Those 3 do 3 and they do 3. And bang, you're an ESL within 2.5 months. Can you do the same now? Totally, you can do the same. However, it is a little bit different now. And we have automated, the end social is automated. You can have your own Facebook group. You can have your own Facebook page. You can have a messenger page, Telegram. Oh, there's just so many. And I don't do the TikTok ones, and then it's just not me. I'm too old for TikTok, but I do the Instagram and that for advertising. You know, it's just like McDonald's or anybody else, you have to advertise, looking after your customers. So I've got probably about 180 customers on a regular mailing list. So I've converted the majority of them onto email and messenger lists, and only the what I call the flick and lick ladies who like to do the flick and lick, which is about 100 or so. I usually wait for both brochures to come. So I have 2 brochures and I send them both brochures at the same time to save postage. And they might find something in this brochure and they might find something in that brochure. So I still do that. Okay, I still do that. So what about brochures for my downline? Okay, so I've taught them how to have a brochure a month. You can have a regular subscription and you just ask for a brochure a month. And the great thing is each time you order, the company actually gives you a couple of brochures in there as well. And we have to be a little bit more environmentally aware that, you know, the more we do of the color, you know, paper and that, we're all contributing. And one of my sons got totally vegan. Can you imagine, as a German cook with a big pork knuckle, and then he's got a vegan now. He goes, no, Mom, I can't eat that anymore. And I go, oh, God. So you have to learn new things all the time. So one of the new things is also Facebook likes to change things all the time. Every time you just learn something, damn, then something else comes up. And can I just tell you, girls, you're not usually, unless you're a manager, you're not allowed to have a paid page. However, when you have got a Facebook page, like mine is Marina Baxter Nutrimetics, you can actually have a little shop in there, okay? And you can just tell people to ring you, and you can just link it to your free website, because that's one of the wonderful things. You get a free website and people can actually go in there. They may not buy, but it's there. They can see it. And it honestly took me 6 hours to figure it out. But I actually figured out to put about 20 items onto my page. And what happened was, a couple of ladies, I've been in contact with them, but they're obviously like me. They like seeing pictures, you know. If you're a pictures person and you can relate it to somebody that you know and you trust, you will get the sale. People say, hey, I saw those. Do you Nutri oil? I guess I missed out on the deal, haven't I? And I said, no, darling, of course you haven't. You haven't missed out. You know, I've got them here for you, you know. And said, oh, I saw it on your page. I thought maybe it's sold out, you know. So you can do lots and lots of things. And one of the other things I wanted to share with you I do is I still do my own deliveries. Not all the time, but if they're close to me, I do them, because it's 3 ways. Okay, I do the delivery, and Obviously not when it's free delivery, like at the moment, I post it out straight to them. But if it's if it's delivery within, say, like a 5-10 kilometer radius, it gives me a really good excuse to ring up all my customers who live in that area, who I've got in that area, and say, hey, I'm going to see Donna so-and-so just down the road. Is there anything that you looked at you wanted? Or I can also bring them some samples. Oh, we've got a new product. I'm going to pop that in the letterbox with you with a new brochure. Go and have a look. And I found that has really helped maintain my personal sales when you don't have as many workshops. Now, what else do I do? Because I wanted to share with you that there's lots of different things you can do without working 80 hours a week. So one of the things that I found works very well for me is I love makeup. I like showing women, you know, no matter what age you are, and that you can still look nice and just have to use the right products. And we have just the best products in Nutrimetics. I love our makeup. Didn't like it when I first started. I thought it was rubbish, but now it's absolutely beautiful. When it first started, it was just this powder stuff, and didn't like it at all. But now our makeup, honestly, I try other makeup as well, and now Eden does that too. Our concealer, oh my God, is just world-class $100 concealer, I reckon. Our concealer is the best. Oil-free perfecting foundation, love it. It's just the best. And when you really love something and you can pass it forward to somebody and say, listen, just put the little bit of that concealer in here, put a little bit there, put a little bit of highlighter there, put a little bit of highlighter there, and your face is going to look awake. How good is that? With a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And not everybody wants to look like Kim Kardashian. You know, a lot of us want to just look naturally enhanced and awake, especially at this age. We don't want to have the heavy look, you know. So specialize in something that you really feel confident about. And I've specialized in running makeup workshops for mature women. And just to give you an idea, the workshop on the 12th of June, and I've been tracking it. And so far, there was 11 ladies there. And so far, that has turned over just under $5,000 in revenue. 2 senior consultants, one lady, she booked, she's been with me forever in the team. She booked, I did a makeup workshop for her today so that she gets to know a little bit more and help her to learn more, because she's really quite keen. And she's recently got single. So we did a sponsor today, we did 600 in sales, and it was just her mom, her sister, and 2 friends. And it actually was really great. It was great to have that face-to-face. So where do I see my future in Nutrimetics? I reckon I'm going to stick around until I can't get, I reckon. As long as people want to buy from me and the company's still going, I'm going to keep going. So that's a good thing. You can sack yourself. You can give your own holidays. So you don't have a boss to answer, but you have to kick yourself up the butt as well if you're feeling a bit lazy sometimes. You have to say, come on, let's do the mechanics, and then it comes all back again. You know, sometimes you just got to do that. People often ask me, can you actually make some money in Nutrimetics? And I say, it depends on how much you want to make. How much do you want to make? $50 a week? $50 a day? $50 an hour? Or $200 an hour? It's up to you, whatever you want to decide. I remember my biggest check, I think, was 14,700 something in 1 month. And that was a Christmas month. No, and my husband said, oh my God, you know, that's not even what I earn. But I had to do a full month for that. I had to do like 45, 50 hours of workshops and things like that and teaching others. But hey, if you've got a goal and you want to really go like for the next European trip, I need $20,000. Well, get out there, get going and get booking and do lives, whatever it takes, you know, go for a walk. I still do that. I call it exercise while you were going around, I did the other day, about 4 weeks ago, I was delivering to somebody, and there was like not a retirement village, like over 55s. And I thought, oh, I've got an extra 10 brochures in here. I just popped them in. And one lady from there, she was so excited. She goes, oh my God, I thought Nutrimetics not there anymore. And I'm so excited. I used to be a member, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, she's already generated $650 in sales. And she said, I think I might become a member soon. I said, that's great. That's awesome. That's awesome. You can do whatever you want. And then she was backtracking again. She goes, oh, maybe I don't. I said, honey, whatever you want. And I'll tell you what, if you collect me every month, $250 in orders, I will give you a $50 voucher just for collecting. Imagine if you have 10 or 15 girls like that. Product rebate. That's all I say. Product rebate. Free gifts we get every month. You know, so put your free gift in the box, like the mascara I love. And the beautiful makeup mist. Oh my God, I love the makeup mist. I think it's the best. It's just the best. And you get it as free gifts this month. So every month there's something you can get excited about. And if you're not excited, you've got a gift to give it to someone else. Or you can try something. So yeah. So that's nearly 22 years of Nutrimetics. So you can see I'm nutrified. So is there anything I left out, Louise?
Marina, that was superb. It was so good. So honest, raw, and so you as well. Just love it. Love
Gotta be me.
love the German in you as well. I've got that in my.
You're a bit of a crowd as well, aren't you?
I love the German food. So really, Marina, just sharing your story, you will have inspired so many people tonight. And our gorgeous Lee Aarons converts all of them onto YouTube videos for us as well. So we can get that out too, which is wonderful. But I just believe that what you have told today will relate to so many other girls out there. And quite honestly, if you can do it with 3 sons and being a single mum for many years of that,
many years, yeah.
Well, all your building years, you were
all the building years where, you know, people when they say to me, no, I can't do it, I have this and this, I said, it's your choice.
Yes.
You know, you have a choice. And I said to my oldest son, who was 14 when I first started, and I was trying to explain a little bit to him, and he said to me, you like that lipstick stuff, don't you? You really think you can make any money with that?
Yeah.
You seem happy when you do it.
Yes.
And I go, well, if you were to support me and just look after your little brother once a week so I can go out. I used to do 4 outside parties, as they were then called, 2 at home, and a little bit of training session. And that was enough to do my 14,000 every month and basically sponsor 10 people every month. And it's just like a regular thing. If somebody, you know, spends quite a bit of money, and I said, you know, I really appreciate your order. You know, are you an online shopper? You know, how would you like to make extra money? You know, and probably just thinking all the girls that have been managers come and gone, they're still all in my team. They might just buy for themselves now.
Yeah.
Some are as group leaders or senior group leaders or ESLs, but it doesn't matter. They're still there. They're still contributing because they love the product. And I think that's one of the biggest things is you have to love the product and the support of the company that they give you is really second to none. And also the buddy support, you know, like if I needed some help, I ring up Janice or Julie when I was growing, you know, and my team members are the same. I'm sure the same are for you, Adam and Louise. I know you're a big mama duck, aren't you, Louise?
Yeah, a little bit of a mama duck, yes. Love looking after all my babies, Marina.
Yes, yes.
So I just love some of the lines that you've just shared. And I think that, like, I was really sponsored by Terry Jones, and Terry was a very upfront lady, if you remember very well. And I love some of her lines. She used to talk about honey and almond scrub. You use it very gently, and we just do one side of the nose. Just imagine two porcupines making love. That's how
Yeah.
that would appeal to you. And what I've loved, and Adam will do a summary in a moment. He does that job so well. But I love some of the things that you put into their subconscious brain, and you can do whatever you want. I really appreciate your order. Are you an online shopper? Now, I think everyone online, everyone watching today could say that and not feel that they were evading.
Intrusive. Yeah, you're not.
Intrusive is the right word. But are you an online? I appreciate your order. Are you an online shopper? And of course, if they say, well, I am an online shopper, say, well, this is perfect for you because you can be have a saving of 20% discount less GST and check out the brochure every week, every month. There's always something new on. Just like Country Road, Witchery and Suzanne's and Rockman's and the rest of it. So I love that. And there were a couple of others that I believe your face will look awake.
Yeah, awake. But the reason I also say that online shopper is because, when you have a new consultant and they say, oh, but if I sponsor everybody, I have nobody who buys from me. So I said, well, now you can really say it very easily. If you say to them, are you an online shopper and do you like to save money? If the people say, actually, I don't like going online, I prefer face-to-face, then I actually say to them, no, don't go online. I will service you. And, if you collect me some orders, I will actually give you a gift every month. Make a wish list. That makes sense.
And that way you have an excuse to contact them on a regular basis, be part of their lives, build the relationship.
Exactly.
What you do for me is that you build relationships with people, Marina.
Definitely.
That's why they stay there for 22 years. And that you love chatting to people.
Yeah. It's like,
when you started out, and I mean, to me, that just gets rid of all the excuses. When you started out, when you were doing a workshop, you were stuttering.
I was stuttering, yes.
Yeah. Well,
I couldn't do any public speaking, but obviously I got over that.
Yes. So Nutrimetics cured it for you.
Well, one of the Rick Heath actually was an incredible mentor to me. Because I remember we went to the Gold Coast and we're doing a big presentation there. And I said to him, my God, Rick, you just astound me, like how you just go on there. And he said to me, I'm trembling inside. And he gave me some really good tips. And he said, and try it, everybody. He said to me, when you feel like your mouth is so dry and nothing comes out, you just do this. And your saliva will come.
It does too.
It's much better than drinking anything. And then he says, if you really feel like you're going to lose the plot, he might have used different words, but that's what it sounded like to me. He said, just breathe in, breathe out, look at everybody. And then they think something really amazing is coming, but you're just trying to gather your thoughts.
Yeah, very good.
Now, always remember that. That was just such a wonderful way of him just saying to me, I really tremble inside. I might look like, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Just those couple of tips make a lot of difference. And we've learned so many wonderful, inspirational speaker on how you present yourself, how you speak and all that kind of thing, how you hold yourself, how you hold yourself.
Yes. If you act confident, you'll become confident, Marina.
Correct. Fake it till you make it.
Yes, exactly right. Exactly right. So I so appreciate your time. I would love to hand over to Adam Buchner, who will just take us through a summary of what you've shared with us tonight.
Thank you so much, Marina, and loving all the comments that have come through for you as well. So I love when Marina started her talk tonight, that say her journey started with an oopsie. And I think that is so fabulous, because quite often we're in Nutrimetics, not for the reason that we originally joined, which was perhaps for the products or to save some extra money or to, get that favorite lipstick. So I absolutely love that. And then it started with a facial, the power of a facial. And we love teaching facials to all of our consultants. And that's such a beautiful reminder that it can be as simple as offering the gift of a facial to someone to find a Marina, to find someone in your team like Marina. I know Billy's here. Billy's a new executive sales manager in our team, and huge congratulations to you,
Billy.
And I know Billy went and did some markets over in Redcliffe and met the beautiful Christine Pond and gave Christine a facial, and that's how they met. And Christine's a group leader in the team. I have a senior
Great.
that just elevated Alicia. Alicia, I met from a bridal expo. I went and gave her a facial. Jody, I met at Noosa Show. I gave her a facial. She just became a group leader. I mean, so many of the incredible people that we meet are from doing those one-on-one facials. So that's such an incredible reminder for all of us. Be as creative as you want to be. And gosh, I love that, Marina. I love that we are able to be ourselves and do our business in our own quirky ways as well. If you love the numbers and the figures, you can run your business that way. If you love to be crazy and out there, you can run that way. And if you're both, then you're like Marina. You can do both of those as well. Joined as a VIP, nice and slow to earn the freebies. And remember, that's how most people, I find, will join our business. They'll join as a VIP member, and then we can encourage them or show them what's available to them with the freebies. And then you don't know what will happen after that. Another point here, when you don't know, you get an expert to teach you how to do it, not someone else. And I think that when we're looking for words of advice or we're looking to move forward, it's really great to look to those that are where we want to be as well. Be chatting to those people, having conversations with those people as well. You said you know your personality style. And I think that for us to create a bright future and to really move forward, for me personally, part of that journey was getting to know myself a whole lot better. Because when we know our personality style, we know what really makes our wheels turn and gets us excited and motivated, then we know how to work to our strengths, and we know how we might be de-energized perhaps by some of our weaknesses. But then once we get to know ourselves, we can also get to know others and know their personality styles and be able to work with people and help to develop them and work with their strengths as well. I absolutely love the DISC for that, the DISC profiling. You can do that online. Just type in Anthony DISC and do the DISC profiling. Or there's actually another one that I love even more in terms of just building your own sense of self-esteem, and that's values in action. So it's called the VIA, Signature Strengths. And if you Google Signature Strengths Values in Action, that will give you a little survey which will tell you what you're great at. And that's fabulous, because you can look at those top 5 strengths and chat to your upline manager or director and say, how can I incorporate my strengths into what I do in my business? Because then it's more fun, you're more energized, and
exactly. If you're continuously doing something that it's really not a good fit for you, sometimes you're better off sticking to your core and getting somebody else to do the stuff that you really don't like doing.
Totally, like cleaning. That's how I feel.
That's what I said too. But I'm a cleaning lady was the first one.
Yeah, definitely.
I got.
Decide what you want to earn each month. And I think that's a fabulous idea. If we write down even now, how much would you like to earn each month? What would your income, your ideal income be? When we have that goal to be able to work towards, that really cements what we're working with. We had our board meeting today for all of our managers and our consultants, and Mum asked me to share my top tips for July. And my top tip is to have a goal. Have a goal for July. Write it down, pop it on the board. I know Lynn Perkins, one of our managers, has every month on her fridge what she wants her group production to be, how many people she wants to have in her team, and she's looking at that every day. So that really starts to cement that. When Marina started with Nutrimetics and decided to step up to executive sales manager, it was $14,000 a month to achieve a company car. And Years later, it's only $15,000 a month.
I know, right?
New car. We haven't had the inflation in Nutrimetics
No.
to achieve such incredible rewards that there have been in other companies and going grocery shopping. So, isn't that fabulous that we're able to still achieve a company car at such a reasonable level as well? What's your pushing button? I love that. So what inspires you? What motivates you? What gets you out there? 18 years and 18 seminars, sometimes twice a year. I mean, being able to travel the world, Marina, is such an exciting thing.
Yeah.
And, this year, the company's put on 2 trips to New Zealand that we can achieve, which is super exciting. So the best is yet to come with travel. People that join our business might be here for a season, a few months, or a long time, and that's okay. And that took me a while to come to terms with, I think, when I first started and became a manager, because it's sad. It's sad when someone, leaves you or isn't coming to beauty class or isn't your buddy anymore, but that's okay. We have an incredible opportunity to help people and give other people confidence, as Marina said, to teach them beauty and makeup. And I know Billy was talking last night at our beauty class and said the real switch for her in Nutrimetics, rather than originally she thought it was just about selling makeup, but now she understands it's about helping other people. And when they walk out of a makeup masterclass or they work out of a skincare appointment with a smile on their face and they're feeling more confident and more comfortable, and
they're doing this.
Yeah, and they're taking selfies. That's something that's really, really special. It's really special. The new car smell. Oh, absolutely love that new car smell. And a huge congratulations to Rebecca Gow. Beck Gow spoke at our conference on the Gold Coast and has just completed her final month of her car run. So huge congratulations to Beck. Beck's mentioned today as well, she has never had a brand new company car. So, what an incredible thing to be able to have for her family and for herself. I love that you just go make a cup of tea. Mum's like, I'm going to make a cup of tea.
Good on you, Louis.
Then we have servicing. I actually picked my car up from a service today and they handed me a receipt, which I didn't have to pay because I've got a Nutrimetics company car for $1,500. So wasn't that nice to not have to pay that? It was a zero balance at the end. They said, do you pay that or the company pays that? I said, the company pays that. How great is that to be able to do that? With promotions, go for everything. We have so many incredible promotions each month, and they start with the thank you gift. I mean, as Marina was talking about with the setting spray and the mascara, the bonus gift as well. Who doesn't love silk pillowcases? I mean, Marina's got them there. I know that's incredible.
Mascara and the setting mist.
And have a look at your group as well and see how many people did you have that achieved the bonus gift last month. First of all, it's you. Did you achieve the bonus gift? Then it's who did you have in your team, and can we congratulate those people and then aim for having 3 bonus gift achievers and then 5 bonus gift achievers and then building that up as well. A common theme throughout all of our Creating a Bright Future Zooms has been the flexibility, being able to work our own hours, do as much or as little as we want to. And I know, Marina, you spoke a lot about that in different areas of your life. When you have a big goal, you can go for it and you can smash it by putting in that extra work. Put yourself on the shelf and get over yourself. I love that, Marina. And I think the more that we want to move up and create a bright future for ourselves, the more we have to do that.
You just have to get over it,
Yeah, just get over it. Because a lot of the time what stops us from moving forward is those fears or ourselves.
Yeah, it's ourselves.
Yeah.
And you think you have to do things this way. If you don't do it, this is not going to, no, so you have to change.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. We've had over the past month running makeup masterclasses and other workshops. We've met some beautiful people. I know Billy and I were at some masterclasses and some workshops together, and there were just some lovely girls there that had come back as models and really enjoyed it. And I just felt like I needed to chat to them about the opportunity of doing the business. And I said, I'd love to run some of these with you. Would you like to do this? Would you like to earn some extra money? And they all said yes, all of them.
You have to ask. Yeah.
And I know in the past I would have perhaps been like, oh, well, what if they say no? Or is that, what if
That's
they're not
okay.
interested? Who cares? So it's great to be able to ask that. And a lot of the time people will say yes as well.
I think a little bit of it as well is that everyone is encouraged to go back to normal. Okay.
Yeah.
We've gone through COVID. Yes, we're still going through it to some extent. However, we have to get on with our lives for our mental health. And so I think we've done this quiet period for 2 years, 2.5 years. And now we have to have the courage, the guts, the grit, the strength, whatever it takes to open our mouth and say, would you like to earn a little bit of extra money? I'd love to help and support you. Because a lot of people were able to save money, but a lot of people weren't able to save money, or maybe want to now go out and get out of their own comfort zone and do something that will help their future and not stay stuck at where they are.
Definitely. 100%. The personalized service, personal delivery and sampling. I'm in your area. I love that, Marina. I'm in your area on Thursday, and I was
It's
wondering.
another excuse, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like
and
often,
they'll
people
say
feel
yes.
very, oh, I don't want to bother people. And I said, well, you're not, because you're saying, listen, I'm not going out of my way. You are not obligated, but I'm in your way. And I like to take the opportunity to pop a brochure in a letterbox and a little sample of one of the newest products. So, we've just launched the beautiful new Restore. How amazing. Oh my God, I'm in your area. I need you to try this.
Yes.
Oh, I like that. I need you to try this.
Yeah, fabulous. Specialize in something. Another thing that's been a theme through our Creating a Bright Futures is find your area of specialty. Is it doing your makeup masterclasses? Is it doing your facials or your workshops? Is it doing mask and meditations? I love mask and meditations. Put a face mask on and take everyone through a guided meditation. I get my meditation time for the day, and everyone feels incredible, afterwards as well. It's such a beautiful thing to be able to share with people. Is it helping people achieve their rewards? Is that your specialty? Showing them how incredible the first full calendar month is with Nutrimetics and all their freebies, and what they can save and what they can receive for free. So find your area of expertise. And if you're not sure, chat to your upline manager or director about that. But to sum it all up, I loved this, Marina, is get out there, get going, get booking. It's your choice. So thank you,
It's
everyone.
always yours. Yes.
Definitely. So thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight on Creating a Bright Future. We so appreciate you taking an hour and a bit out of your Tuesday night to come here and listen to Marina. Thank you again for being our incredible.
Thank you for having me.
Just love you, Marina. I was so inspired tonight. Thank you for sharing your time and expertise with so many others. And next month, so it will be the first Thursday of the month, unless our schedules change and we do have to rearrange. And our special guest speaker comes from the sunny state of Queensland, and that is Sales Director Janelle Peterson. So really looking forward to listening to Janelle. Janelle is lovely, isn't she, Marina? She's a bubble.
That's gorgeous.
She is. She loves people. She's growing up with Nutrimetics, has a love of the beauty, understands business, and understands the power of a facial, let me tell you. So look forward to you joining us 7 p.m. the first Thursday night in August. It'll be fun, and love the fact that you all come online and that we have the opportunity to share some of the stories of the Nutrimetics greats and what we were able to do to build a huge sustainable business. Thanks, Marina. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for